This week in Copenhagen, the girls put it all out there, figuratively and literally.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
We're talking Real Housewives of Dallas. Welcome back, y'all. Season 3, episode 13, Growers and Showers.
Yes.
And we all know what that means now because Mark Deuber went skinny dipping in the Baltic Ocean, and
Lord.
fun stuff there. Oh, here we go. A little bit of Spice Girls. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. We love you, Spice Girls. I'm Rachel Robillard, and with me, I got my awesome co-host.
Hi guys, I'm Jessie Zahner. Join us in the live chat now.
Hey guys, it's Grant's Rants. Always good to be here at AfterBuzz TV.
Yes.
What's up, party people? It's Erica Edwards.
That's right, and as I said, Mark Deuber went skinny dipping in the Baltic, so we got some nudity, we're gonna get into some shady moments, we're gonna talk about all the drama there is with the Real Housewives of Dallas. Some people became friends, and then not friends, and then there's just, does the drama ever stop, y'all? Does the drama ever stop?
No, and then it keeps moving.
Yeah.
I've lost track of all the amount of storylines this season alone, which is a good thing. Because when we think of other cities, and it's like 23 weeks. I say this all the time. Of one story. Like, I'm glad that I can't recall everything because now I'm excited about the reunion.
Me too. Oh, speaking of the reunion, we'll get into that into the news section of the episode of the after show because they filmed the reunion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But overall thoughts of tonight's episode, like what y'all thought? I love how you're like, yeah, there's a lot of different things going on to keep up with, which is good. What about you? What about y'all?
I mean, I was kind of disappointed in the episode because last week I thought was pretty good, and then this week I was just like waiting for things to happen because I follow these women on Twitter and Instagram, and I see what's going on, and like I'm still like waiting to get to like why some of these people aren't friends anymore.
Right.
You want to get caught up with the present day.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree, yeah.
Right.
No, I do too. Especially after like seeing different things on social media about this reunion. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I think like things have kind of reset a bit, which I'm interested in. So like I want to get like caught up. Yes, I agree. But this, I think last week, to your point, was much better than this one. Just in the fact of like the build of the drama. I mean, it was like night one, and they were already like not on speaking terms. And then this episode was good. It was a little more of like the let's like see the sights situation.
Yeah, I liked that aspect of this episode, and I also thought it had a decent balance of family bonding and drama. So they kind of got into it, and then we saw the cute little thing with their family, so,
It's so cute.
I still don't understand how this is going to get Cary closer to her father. She lived in the man's house, and now she's in a different country on FaceTime with them. I don't get it. Like, I just don't get the logic behind that. I'm glad she's connecting with her family, but if the storyline is, like, her father, which we're led to believe, I don't see it. But anyway, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting. And we'll get into that. But the episode starts off with, because it's kind of like part 2 of last week's episode of what's going on and how Cam and Deandra were in this huge fight, but now they're friends again. Do y'all think that was an organic apology and okay to be friends again? Do you guys think they're all right?
It's a start.
Yeah, it's a start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to think of the situation. The entire time I was listening to their conversation, I don't know, like, what to think because my motto is, like, always be yourself, but I didn't grow up in, like, Dallas high society, so, like, can I really, like, do I have the right to be like, oh, Deandra should be able to go do whatever she wants? I don't know. Like, I feel like she should be able to, but I do know some people that live in Dallas, and you're from Dallas, and they are similar to the way that Deandra and Cameron are.
Right.
So I don't know.
And that's what Deandra is saying is that Cameron and Deandra share friends outside the Housewives circle. Like they have their own social circle outside this reality show that they mingle with. And so they were close before this reality show. So
I like that Deandra did admit, like, hey, it's been a really tough year for me, and it's good for people to show kind of like the behind the mask a little bit. Like it's like I feel like some women don't want to express that they're going through a tough time or they're being challenged, and she's had we're told a life change and stuff like that. So. I applaud her for being vulnerable in that moment with Cameron, and I think they really do like need one another because they're a good match.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they need one another, and I think also Cameron made it clear by bringing her mother-in-law that, like, I can make more trouble for you outside of this circle than this little reality show. So at the end of the day, she does need to, at a minimum, have some sort of basic camaraderie with her, because Cameron is going to be the one that's going to, she already told her mother-in-law, she's going to be the one that's going to carry, you know, her whatever secrets she has in the group to people outside of them. So
I think it was genuine. I think they're friends again, and bottom line, Deandra just told Cam, like, I just don't want you to get involved between Deandra or LeeAnne and me.
Right.
And that's where it all comes down from too. But I'm starting to realize how Cam has been inserting herself into situations. Like, she's been defending LeeAnne a lot. She did it at the very end of this episode too. Like, oh, like she was just videotaping, and we'll talk about that. But it's just like she is like, I feel like Cam is LeeAnne's shadow right now, actually. Like, I really feel like they've like really developed a friendship that is just like, okay, I'm on LeeAnne's side, and that I'm going to defend her rather than other people in the group. Do y'all think that? I mean, that's kind of how I feel.
I think it's good to have someone loyal, like your number one, or someone like when you go into a group like this and it really is all based on fighting. I think it's a good thing to have someone that can have your back. It makes for a more interesting show. Like, how many times have we seen other cities, like one girl pitted against everybody else and then she's gone? You know, we've seen it.
Exactly.
So at least this one, like, even though she's a little bit of a blind defender, I get your point. Like, I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see really what happens to this reunion, because that's when like everything's on the table, as we know. So like, we'll see just how loyal Cam can be, but I think she's gonna be there.
Yeah, I think so too. But so Cam and LeeAnne were separated for their activities of the episode. So one half did bike riding and one half did the boat. And I like how they separated.
Yeah.
You know, get the friends on opposites. So like Stephanie and then Brandi and LeeAnne and Deandra were together, but Cam was on the others and with Cary. But so Stephanie did a really good job with being the mediator and just being the guru in the situation of the confrontation between Deandra and LeeAnne. It's like, okay, so looks like they're friends again. Looked like they hash it out. Deandra brings up how LeeAnne mentioned how much money she made or what's in her bank account, but it's like LeeAnne said, that was a month ago. Like, why is that still an issue? I thought they resolved that. Is that really what Deandra's still mad about? Like, what? Why is that a reoccurring thing? Why? I thought we were over that.
I don't think it should have been brought up. Come on, like, you know, how many times are you gonna rehash things?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, Deandra's gonna stay in one place. You know, LeeAnne's always trying to, like, you know, move forward and, like, figure everything out. But, you know, Deandra wants to stay in that place. I don't get it. Like, if you don't have that amount of money in your bank account, then who cares? Like,
Right.
just
I
get,
totally
like,
agree.
it's so minor.
Who cares? But also when it's especially not true. Like, she should know that's not true, and so it's just like, get over it. I just
Get
feel like,
over
all
it.
right, it's let's move on that. But when they were separating into who's gonna do what, we have to talk about what Brandi said to LeeAnne, to her face. Like, oh, LeeAnne, I want you to be on a bike because I want to see you as the Wicked Witch. It's like, oh, there's still some hostility between y'all. Like, obviously, Brandi's still mad at you, LeeAnne. And so LeeAnne was like, oh, wait, what? So are you mad at me still? And it's like, yeah, I'm still mad. And, I mean, I thought it was funny.
I like that LeeAnne really didn't know how to react to that.
Yeah.
Like, she really didn't know, like, am I going in on this? Are we acknowledging
is this happening right now?
Is she serious? Like, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like, ooh, you know, and then she kind of got a little emotional, like, oh, like, thought we could hash this out, but whatever. But then the conversation gets brought up again at the Trivoli Gardens, where they all dress up as Danish girls. I thought that was really cute.
It was cute.
Really cute. They're all together. I thought that made for a great promo for the beginning of all this. Like, oh, like, when are they going to be dressed up like that? But then when it happens, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Continue
LeeAnne
on.
embracing her roots early on.
From the carnival, the carny
days.
life, the carny
Yes.
life.
I miss hearing about the carny life, LeeAnne. Keep it going.
Yeah, she even said, by the way, no one wears these in the carnival. Like, she made that reference. But then this is when Brandi and LeeAnne kind of went at it again, and like, Brandi has a lot of hostility towards LeeAnne. But honestly, I can't blame her based on their back and forth relationship. You know, they used to not like each other. Then last season, they became friends. Surprise, I'm friends with LeeAnne.
Yeah.
And now they're not friends again. And so it's like, Brandi has really seen both sides of LeeAnne, this being season 3,
Right.
because she's had that flip-flop friendship like frenemies and then enemies. It's just like, yeah, they're actually like perfect definition of frenemies because they've been enemies, then friends, and then enemies again. And so I feel like Brandi has every right to be upset with her, but LeeAnne is like, well, I've apologized, you just don't want to accept my apology. But there's just a lot of hostility towards them.
Yeah, I kind of don't get it because, like, when they were friends, I was super happy about that. And I actually thought, you know, they were kind of using each other. They needed each other at the time. But I thought they made good friends. And Brandi never backs down to LeeAnne, so I kind of like that about her. But I just don't know why they just can't get over it at this point. Like, why is she still picking a fight with her? LeeAnne isn't doing that to Brandi. So why don't they just, like, leave each other alone and coexist and, you know, whatever.
I mean, Brandi clearly doesn't trust LeeAnne, but, like, you don't have to keep poking the bear either. Like, you can just say what LeeAnne said, like, keep an eye on her, but, like, you know, you can be friends with her, but just beware. And the whole thing, like, which I think Brandi was dead wrong, where she said that LeeAnne spread a rumor that she adopted a baby to save her marriage, because I don't see that as a rumor spreading. I just don't. She said
that hypothetically. She's like, what if I were to say that?
I mean, I don't think she should have said it, but I mean, like, it's not like she ran all around Dallas society in the charity scene in the carnival world and telling people that, you know, this was the reason why. So, I mean, you know, that to me was false. That to me was just not a real thing. I don't believe that was a rumor. In fact, if Brandi kept her mouth shut in that moment, they would have died between the two of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to some extent, however, this is reality TV. So I feel like anything you put out there, you're putting out there, whether you say it as implying or whatever. Once you say it, you said it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say it off camera. But if you say it on an episode, then you know millions of people are watching it.
Got it.
So I think Brandi is justified in being angry if that comment, along with the drinking and the whole little drinky thing. I mean, I think if LeeAnne backed down off of that, but she didn't. She kind of doubled down and mentioned it again later. So I think to some extent, the alcoholic drinking thing is a problem. More so than the baby to save your marriage. I mean, who really cares? But calling me an alcoholic and you know I'm going through an adoption on national TV is an issue.
Yeah. But on a lighter note, we go into Cary's family and, like, get to see the whole Copenhagen side of Cary's family. And Zuri comes. I thought that was really cute that Zuri and Mark made an appearance. I thought, you know...
It was cute that Zuri made an appearance.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So what you're saying is not really cute that Mark made an appearance?
No.
Okay, Grant, throwing some shade out there.
It wasn't adorable, but totally over dramatic. I was like, you haven't seen them in like 4 days. Like, why are we crying?
I thought it was so sweet.
Oh my gosh, you all are like millionaires. You could have come. They could have come anyway.
Right.
Like, I was like, I appreciate it. It's so cute. Ooh, I'm surprised. But to like totally tear up and we're bonding because I've seen my long lost daughter that I haven't seen in 3 days. Seems like,
I mean, I know she thought it was on her mind and she wanted her to be experiencing things with their experience. I get it.
It was super cute, but
Jessie's a mom, so she. You tell her
I get it. Like, I get wanting your daughter there and that. But I totally agree with Erica. Like, it was so over the top, especially the stuff with Mark. Like, she was, like, in the confessional, like, tearing up. I'm like, girl, please. Like, you're acting like somebody, like, passed away. Like, let's calm down. It's not that big
exactly.
of a deal.
I'm like, we need a soundtrack because this is fake. We need music for this. We need, like, a...
I felt her. I was like, she had so many emotions going on because she's seeing a lot of different, like, extended family, and then for her husband to come with her 5-year-old daughter, and she even said the night before at the Trivoli Gardens, like, oh, I wish Zuri was here.
Yeah.
And so she already had them in her mind, and so for them to show up, it was like the ultimate, like, surprise.
But
I thought it was sweet.
But would you cry, though?
I think I'd cry.
I wouldn't.
I'm kind of emotional. I'm a Cancer, okay?
I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer too, and I would not.
There are 2 types of Cancers on this panel. Let's just say that.
I want to say one quick thing though. Her family, her Danish family, they seem very nice. I wonder what they make of having like these women and this camera crew like running through their home. Like, it just must be very different for them. They're not. I mean, for most people it would be. But on top of it too, like, I have to laugh. Like, Cameron looks like some type of an alien. Because she's kind of in this like atmosphere that's kind of like gray and not too many colors and flowers, and she's like got these huge square glasses on with pink fur. And it was a wide shot when I think it was Zuri when she ran in, and it was just like this like out of place like alien.
Yes.
And she referred to herself as an alien last season.
Yes.
And I just enjoyed it. Cameron, you looked good.
Yes, and you don't have those condom earrings on anymore, so 2 thumbs up for that.
True.
All right, on that note, you guys, hey, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there is no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit the subscribe button now for this channel and check out our AfterBuzz YouTube, our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. We will send shout-outs to you. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
Yes, thank you. Skull! Y'all know that was like the cheers in
Skull.
Copenhagen. Skull! Skull to that. All right, so speaking of other Copenhagen traditions and whatnot, it's a tradition to go skinny dipping in the Baltic Sea. I did not know that.
Yes.
We were making predictions last week as to why are Cary and Mark going skinny dipping? Oh, also, we should have known that Mark was going to be there because he was previewed.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
alert.
I was
He was
waiting for him
previewed
to
last
pop up.
episode that he was going to be there.
Apparently, they say it was a New Year's plunge
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
I respect tradition.
They said the way the Danes do. Go swimming naked in the Baltic Sea. I mean, would y'all do it?
I knew you were going to ask this.
I mean, I probably would do it if there weren't like a bunch of people and a camera crew around, for sure.
Okay, like if it's a more intimate setting, just like you and your boo.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I kind of like Cary in that she's like, I want to try everything once. I'm kind of like that. But there are some things that I'm like, I want to try it to say I did it, but I just really don't want to try it. So, like, I don't want to, but I could get pressured into doing it probably.
Okay.
But not on TV.
Okay.
Yeah, not on TV. I know.
The picture.
Also not in 30-degree, like...
Yeah, it was 30
Yeah.
degrees.
I wouldn't even go in that water with a wetsuit
I've never
on.
done a penguin plunge. I have no interest
I
in that
die.
type of stuff. But I don't know. Like, you know, when in Rome, it's different. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like, when you're in the
exactly.
moment. But I mean, right now, I can tell you, no, with the camera crew, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. Let's just say that's something I think, like, most people have to prepare for. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Totally.
Like, if you know you're going to be, like, on camera, and Brandi, you were on camera, like, the show, the production team was there, so, just saying. But, like, there's a lot to prepare for.
Yeah, I mean,
Erica?
absolutely. If I had a body like Brandi or Cary, absolutely. If I had a body like Mark, absolutely not. So it depends on where I am in the weight loss process. But if I had it tight, yeah, why not? You know,
Yeah.
when in Rome, do as the Romans.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like how Brandi, she kept her bottoms on. I know, am I right? Did she have her bottoms on? I thought I saw a
Yeah,
little
she
bottom.
said she was
Yeah.
topless.
She's just
so,
topless.
yeah.
So, like, she kind of like got the best of both
Yeah.
worlds in it.
You know, I'm having a flashback. I was in New York over the summer, and there's this big club that was on the roof of this hotel, and they had this, like, indoor pool in the club, and everyone was going in the pool, like, naked or in their, like, underwear. And I was like, oh, like, I'm not gonna bother with that. Well, a couple of drinks later, I did, but I kept my bottoms on. But what I'm saying is,
Okay.
like, when in Rome, you know what I mean? Like, I had no intention of doing that. But then it was probably filthy and gross, now that you look back at it, but, like, it was an experience, you know?
Yes.
So that's
Right.
why, and, like, if I didn't go through that, I probably would have been like, oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Right?
Exactly. Like,
Yeah,
I've
I
been to
totally agree.
Hedonism 3, I think it is, in Jamaica, and after a certain time, you go down the water slide naked into the pool. It's a thing, you know? It's fine.
Yeah, you know, we're only young ones. Why not?
Exactly.
They
Why
did
not?
this
Exactly.
soberly.
Live your best life.
Yeah, soberly, and even if they were drunk, that cold water would have got them real quick sober.
Right.
Yes.
Why was
Yeah.
accent?
Oh, exactly.
But yeah.
So the only person who didn't go in was LeeAnne, and instead she was recording, and that caused a lot of controversy here today. And so, and it just so happened she pulled up. Well, that's the thing. To preface, at the beginning, the Danish family was like, okay, like no cameras, no phones, like
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
for privacy, and like everyone understood that. Except LeeAnne. So when I feel like it was just bad timing. It was with the wrong person. Brandi's in there topless, skinny dipping, and LeeAnne whips out her phone and starts to record. And it's just like, if she would have done that for Cary, maybe this would have been different, but it's the fact that she was recording Brandi. And I know Grant's opinion, but I side with Brandi in this. I feel like, yes, of course, you are filming for a reality show. It's going to be aired, but it's also like, you're fuzzy. Like, we don't, yes, we saw it, but we don't see her real tatas. We are seeing the blurred out version of it, and they edit it to make it appropriate. But when you have raw video, and that could get leaked, and if it's in the wrong hands, like your frenemy, like, you never really know what LeeAnne would do with that. And I feel like she interpreted it like, oh, it's going to be, you could use that for blackmail. You could use that against me.
Yeah, but in 2018, is a nude video really going to kill anyone's career? I mean, it's
true.
Well, Kim Kardashian, it helped her.
A lot of it. Look, Paris Hilton, look at her, she's still going strong. And it's been like, what, 20 years? I mean, like, I understand. Like, she's a mother. She's going through this adoption process.
Yes.
She's a businesswoman. I understand that part of it as well. But, like, I don't know. I mean, that girl, I think Brandi was completely paranoid about the whole thing. Now, LeeAnne should have respected Cary's family by saying no pictures, no videos.
Right.
And she's there like this, like it's a home video. Like,
You're doing great, sweetie.
yeah, it was a little much. But I will say, it's not like she like hit it like on her side hip, you know?
Right.
She
it was
wasn't
it was blatant.
Yeah, there are ways like where people can like record you without knowing, and she was not doing that. But I don't know what's going on with this video, if it's really gone or not. I mean,
You never know what the cloud has.
That's true.
You never know when it's deleted.
I don't even know. You know, even with me, like you go through and delete things, and then it appears on the iPad. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. Like, why is this here?
Exactly. Gotta be careful what you do with your nudes, y'all.
Very
But
true.
LeeAnne was saying how she did it for prosperity. She did it for saving a memory.
But my thing with that is, like, you are being taped by the show, so why are you bothering videoing it yourself? The show's got it. That's the memory. They're putting it on air. I'm watching your memory right here. There's no need to...
So you're saying, like, there was no need for her to record?
Yeah, totally, 100%. I mean, I love LeeAnne, but, like, I'm not with her on this. If I was Brandi, I'd be pissed.
I don't know though. Like when you travel, like if I was traveling, my phone would be out for everything. You know
But you
what I
wouldn't
mean?
have a reality camera on you either, though. I feel like I would be more inclined to put my phone away, knowing that, okay, I have
Totally.
I have an expensive home video
Exactly.
to refer
I
to
totally-
with
yes.
the reality television show
Yeah.
on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I guess I've never been in the situation. I've never been followed. You know what I mean? Like I've always just been like, you go to Vegas, take a picture, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think about it, but I guess.
Yeah. But you're
Yeah.
also going to Vegas with your close friends who y'all film each other.
Right.
Brandi and LeeAnne ain't friends.
But
so
see-
that's where it really stems from. It's like, I'm not your friend, so why do you want to do it for prosperity when I don't even like you and
Right.
you don't like me?
Yeah.
But that's also where Brandi messed up, because, like, like, that you don't trust LeeAnne, so don't put yourself in that situation. Like, I would never do that in front of somebody that I
You don't like?
that I don't like or don't trust.
Yeah.
Like, even if I get along with you but I don't trust you, I wouldn't do it, because there are people that use things against you all the time.
Yeah, but if
careful.
if Brandi's going in and she's thinking there's no other cameras besides the Bravo cameras, like, what could come of it?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it is the Bravo camera. So I'm kind of in the middle on it. I mean, I feel like LeeAnne was out of line because she's not friends with Brandi and she's barely friends with Cary. So who are you taping? Because
Right.
Deandra and Stephanie had their clothes on. So to some extent, it's like it wasn't, I think, as innocent as she proclaims. But at the end of the day, you all fuzzy or not, there's a lot of cameramen who we don't really know who all had a camera, who didn't have a camera. You did it in public, and you are, showing the world that you did it. So what difference?
That's the
It
thing,
doesn't
like,
make that big of a deal.
Brandi made the decision to go in naked. I mean,
Yes.
you made the choice, girl. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that could come a leak. You know what? There
Yes.
could have been someone who was around, because a friend of mine was in Copenhagen during the time of this trip when they were at that restaurant the first night, and he sent me a picture. There could have been someone, an American tourist, if this show
exactly.
airs internationally, someone like just snapped it. Oh, there are the Real Housewives, and there's Brandi. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you put yourself out there. It is what it is. But Brandi's behavior on that bus, maybe there was a few edits, because she turned real quick, and she was like, finger in her face, calling her names. Like, it just seemed like very intense. It must have escalated, because I really don't know where that came from.
It did seem a little choppy. Like
Yeah.
it's like her tone, like all of a sudden it was like a lot higher, and it was like, whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I want to point out though, like, and just because I like an aha moment, like Cameron referenced that they were being taped in front of a reality show, and for me, that is the first time I ever noticed on Real Housewives of anything that they are referencing like they're on a television show. Usually, it's like, oh, the group, or my group of friends, or we're on this trip together. But like she was like, no, you're on a national television show, reality TV, and I was like, wow, good for them. For like Dallas has kind of done that a few times. They've kind of broken that fourth wall, which I like. And like, come on, like it's completely accurate. Like, yes, Brandi not only made the choice to do that, but she knows she's on a show. So I agree with Cameron.
Yeah. Oh, Cameron. But then Cameron, that's when she included herself again when talking about this at dinner about like, okay, it's Brandi and LeeAnne again. And it seemed like everyone were like understanding of both parties, but I really felt like Cameron was like, she wasn't meaning to be malicious. She wasn't, she was, I don't know. I feel like Cameron just keeps inserting herself to be always on LeeAnne's side. But I feel like she can be unbiased, but it's just with the patterns that have been happening, with the controversies and arguments that have been happening, it seems like Cam just keeps going to LeeAnne's side.
I want to explore Cameron's relationship with Brandi, because I don't think we've really seen it, have we?
Cam and Brandi?
Yeah. Because she's
Cam's
always
not the biggest fan of Brandi.
She's always team LeeAnne. So like I want to know what her dynamic is with LeeAnne. I know with Brandi. Yeah, with Brandi. I'd like to know like more about their relationship, because if she's always going to take the other side, like why? Why doesn't she ever see Brandi's side to things?
Well, I think from that trip they took to Big Bear or whatever, it was always, she always has kind of been like, oh, I'm so conservative, and Brandi and Stephanie have always been in this buck wild, we're gonna, have these little plastic balls and all this craziness.
Yeah.
So I feel like, to me, outside of Deandra, LeeAnne is the one that she really relates to. I always feel like she always kind of was a little standoffish of Brandi, Stephanie, and Cary to some extent. Like, she was always kind of like, oh, they're like the buck wild girls, and I'm this pretty and pink princess.
And specifically Brandi, because remember, Brandi didn't bring her a gift.
Oh, the gift, the Jack Daniels.
Oh my
gift.
yes, last season.
And it was so rude
like,
that
that
she
was really
didn't
rude.
give her a gift.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
So,
yeah,
they
just,
started off.
like one could argue LeeAnne is pretty rough around the edges, but yet Cameron has really kind of she's accepted that. She's overlooked that. So, I wonder, what I mean, maybe they've just been friends for so long, she knows, but I would love to, like, talk to Cameron about that dynamic.
Yes.
And, like, are you ever tempted to maybe go against the grain and see Brandi's side to things and not always jump to LeeAnne's side of the argument? I'd be curious. Maybe she really just feels like Brandi's just wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
And don't you kind of have that one friend that you're like always like siding with, and like you'll always stand up
Have
for?
their back?
Yeah.
And I do
Not
feel
really.
like LeeAnne is probably like her one. I think I said this before some weeks ago, but LeeAnne is like totally her one ghetto friend, because I think
You have said this, and it's so true.
because LeeAnne totally respects and loves all that society stuff, and Brandi doesn't. And Stephanie kind of wants to be accepted, but she's not as into it, and neither is Cary. But LeeAnne is just like, I know I'm from the carnival, but I love the society. So I think Cameron kind of
ghetto friend.
loves that. She's like, okay.
You know what? I don't disagree.
I'll let my carny friend be okay.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
But I have to say one thing in regards to the whole skinny dipping thing is that when Cary said, this is when Cary and Mark were skinny dipping, Cary said what maybe everyone else was thinking. Like, she goes, this is the infamous Deuber dick that apparently got sucked at the roundup. When she said that, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean,
like, way to like shout it out.
I just was kind of like,
Yeah, it was horrible because it's like I just saw Mark naked and now I need to think about
visual,
this. Like, come on, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to think about Mark anymore.
No, and like, why would she bring that up. True, untrue, gray space. Why would
I
you
thought we
bring
were
that
over
up?
it. Yeah, it wasn't like it's not like LeeAnne said it. It was her. It was Cary. I
Exactly.
thought Cary pretty much just like threw shade at the subject.
I guess she took control of.
she took the control of the shade, which is perfect segue into our shady moments. Let's start talking about what y'all's shady moments of tonight's episode. Got any good ones?
I mean, sure, I'll start. Mine is with LeeAnne when she said, "My eyes, I can't unsee it." When Mark.
Yeah.
went in.
Oh,
And
wow,
I
yeah.
had that
agree.
one too. That
Yeah.
one's funny. Mine is with Brandi. She said, instead of calling you Wicked Witch, I should have called you a Wicked Bitch.
It's a good one.
I liked when all the women were in those cheap costumes, and like LeeAnne was kind of like the voice for everyone. She's like, "What the?" I just like that. And then they show her like kind of like going down that staircase sheepishly, like in the outfit with everybody else. I appreciated
Right?
that. It was shady.
And I'm curious why, when they were all wearing the Danish costumes, LeeAnne was the only one in red, not the white. Like everyone was wearing different,
Oh.
the red and
Oh,
blue,
right,
and everyone
right.
had white underneath. But LeeAnne was the only one who had red, so she was all red. I noticed that. I didn't. Maybe that was like
you did mention that.
Maybe
I
that was
didn't
like a costume whoopsie or something that, where's LeeAnne's white top? I don't know, but I noticed that. I noticed these things. But mine have to be, oh wait, did you just go?
I went.
You just went. That's right. I have to refer back to Brandi, when Brandi and LeeAnne are having their conversation, and she goes, "Well, what if I record your sunny side up titties?"
Yep. Oh man.
I thought that was so funny because
was
you
hilarious.
know that's a sensitive subject for LeeAnne.
Right.
Last season, she had to get a re-boob job, Remember she had
yes.
her,
Right,
she
that's right.
got her boobs faked by the vagina doctor. How can we
Yes,
forget?
I totally forgot
That's
about
a
that.
sensitive subject for
Yes.
LeeAnne. That's sensitive.
Don't forget the flesh-eating bacteria.
the flesh-eating bacteria, and so maybe that's why LeeAnne didn't want to go skinny dipping because of
Well, she did have a rough, as she mentioned, a rough experience in some waters in Mexico.
yeah, she's like, that's how I got the
Exactly.
flesh-eating bacteria
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
whatnot, and yeah. But also another little shade that was thrown was same conversation, but Brandi blatantly said to LeeAnne, "I don't think anybody here trusts you," and that was a ooh.
And in that conversation, I think it was that conversation, LeeAnne said to Brandi, "You're special."
Yeah, she said you're. Yeah, it was a lot of.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
good. That is a good response when someone's just like coming for you and trying to make a point and trying to stir and wind you up just to say you're special. That's pretty good. That's
is.
pretty good. LeeAnne banging on that bowl too is pretty funny. as well.
yes, I know.
That is gonna be the perfect meme
Yes.
come tonight
Yes.
/
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
And her face getting like more mad as she does it. It's so good.
Yeah, I do believe that Brandi really is trying to poke her hard to get her to throw the glass or to yell
I
and threaten
agree.
someone's life. I mean,
Exactly.
I really, I see that. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
I agree with that totally.
Yeah. Well, let's get into some news and gossip. How do y'all feel about that?
AfterBuzz TV News.
And I'd love to start off. I don't, Jeff, sorry, I don't have a picture of it, but I want to start off with the conversations that are going on between LeeAnne and Brandi. It's still current. And Brandi actually, on Instagram last night, called LeeAnne out. And I'm going to pull this up because LeeAnne tweeted saying, "Thank you, at Reality T, for this open and honest approach to the issues I face on Real Housewives of Dallas. LeeAnne Locken wants Brandi Redmond to get her own storyline." So Brandi Instagram that tweet, and then as a caption wrote, "I normally wouldn't respond, but I'm sorry, LeeAnne, that you feel this way. Did I not try to start over? Did you warn people about being friends with me? Did you not say that I was getting a divorce for a storyline, adopting a baby to save my marriage? Did you not say I'm an alcoholic or sorry I'm a drunk? Thought our reunion was hashed out." Ooh, that's like, and we'll go into more reunions. So apparently they did hash out stuff, but according to last night, so thought our reunion, we hashed this out, but evidently not. To set the record straight, I could care less when, where, or who you get married to. I want you to be happy and healthy because you're taking way too many laxatives for any toilet to keep up with. Let me know if you need a good plumber. Actually, I'm sure you can plug your own BS.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
You know, commented.
lot.
I don't know if it was on that exact post, but Deandra commented. Did you see that? I don't know if it's still
Deandra
there.
commented on Brandi's post.
On the Instagram post about, because some fan wrote something to the effect of like, Brandi, why are you getting involved? And Deandra said, yeah, this is the problem.
Yeah, I don't
And I was
see
like,
LeeAnne's comment, but I do see Deandra comment saying, "Go Brandi, #truth." And then Stephanie Hollman commented, "Love you, girl. This show is a team effort, and you bring so much to it."
Oh.
Yeah,
Because
so
the
hopefully
comment
get
that I
those pulled
read
up for
was
y'all.
Deandra, and she was saying something along the lines of like, and this was early in the morning, kids, I read this, but it was something along the lines of like, yes, this is the problem, but to me, I took it like this is the problem that with Brandi is that she's always fighting back, like things like this. But I don't know. Wow.
Yeah. So they
it's gonna get messy, really messy.
Yeah, but they say the reunion, like, they hash it out. So apparently now it's not. So you never know, like, what is real time? Because it's like the reunion got filmed recently over the weekend,
Last
right?
week,
And so it's like, okay, but you know, so many things happened from last week to now, so now they're not on good terms. But apparently they hash it out on the reunion. But Grant, what do you have to say about the reunion?
Well, not much. I just I believe that Mama D may be making an appearance just because when I was in New York, so were they. And I was like, oh, well, they're here for the reunion, so what's Mama D doing? Maybe she was just going up Fifth Avenue shopping, but I'm like, why would you have the Queen Mama D in New York and not feature on the reunion? So I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I know nothing. I don't want to get in trouble. I really don't. But it could be. And I wouldn't be surprised. So, I mean, she's there.
Yeah.
Use her. So, I hope, my dream for this reunion is that LeeAnne and Deandra can get to a common place. I really don't like them fighting.
I
I
It
know.
doesn't sit well with me.
It was actually nice that they resolved things and that there was no drama between them this episode. It was
Yeah.
kind of refreshing. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I liked the trio where like they were their own thing. Cameron, LeeAnne, and Deandra were really tight and loyal, and you need that. So
Speaking
that's
of
too
trio,
bad.
like, can you imagine the trio? Like, if LeeAnne, Cameron, and Deandra, I feel like those three people could be such a great trio if they actually like believed in their friendship.
Yes.
Like we always say like, okay, Brandi and Stephanie, like they are such a great dynamic duo, and I think they actually just got on the Real House, like on Housewives Superlatives Best Friends.
Yeah.
I believe so. But them three, Cam, Deandra, and LeeAnne, dang, that would be. I think they would be the ultimate trio if they actually just hashed out their problems, and instead of it always being LeeAnne and Cam, Deandra should be inserted too.
That is true.
What do you think? Would a new housewife addition, not a subtraction or a replacement, but would an addition help or hurt this show?
I think it would help.
An addition?
Yeah, like a new housewife to add into who we already have here.
Yeah, I think make it an odd number. I think odd numbers are good.
I
Right now
agree.
it's 6, and I want a 7.
Yeah, I do like an odd number, and I think I'd be interested to see which camp they go towards, because this show from day one has always been like one versus the other. So I'm curious to see how where that person would land.
Yeah. Erica, any other fun little news you got?
Yes. So after the taping, Stephanie went to well, you can skip the video. You can go down to the photo. She went to the Victoria's Secret's lingerie fashion show.
Oh, she
I
was
saw that.
And that's what she
Yes,
wore.
I
And loved it.
I know,
Super
she looked
duper
so
cute.
beautiful.
She looked so cute, so lovely.
Can't wait to
Yeah,
see that
she
guy.
looks
So
great.
yes, and she posted a little bit about her look on Instagram as well. If you guys want to check it out there.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect look for that.
And also, since we are talking about the reunion, we do have here a video that shows, or a picture that shows, this is how they're seated for the reunion.
Okay.
Lineup.
So our preview of who's sitting next to who.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it makes so much sense. Stephanie and Brandi together. Well, duh. Okay,
Yeah.
LeeAnne and Deandra on opposite sides. Cameron next to LeeAnne. Like, what's
Yeah,
new?
right. Yeah.
And then Cary on the side.
On the outside.
You know
yeah.
what?
I get it.
How do you feel about Brandi holding the star this season, but not being to the left? You
Yeah,
know,
that's a good point.
Right next
Not-
to Andy. You know.
Oh, not sitting next to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's kind of like that. That could be
Ooh.
debatable for some.
Yeah, that could be debatable. That could come, maybe she's on friend probation. Because
Yeah.
that's what we're going to get into
Oh,
next
yeah.
episode. There's going to be a friend probation. So, yeah, that'll be, that's what we're going to talk about next week. But in the meantime, Erica, where can everyone find you on social?
All right, what's up, party people? You can follow me on all of my social media at Erica, ERIKA, as in door, Edwards.
And I've been away for a minute dealing with a bunch of stuff that I'm going to get all into on Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk podcast. You can find it everywhere. Please support the show. I love you for listening.
Thanks for joining us, guys, in the live chat. My name's Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at Athletic.
Yes, thank y'all so much for tuning in. My name is Rachel Robillard, and y'all can find me on Instagram at Rach_Robillard. Make sure to give us a thumbs up and give us some comments. We want to hear what you think.
Yeah, I want to hear some
Y'all
feedback.
have a good one.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.